We can't find Steam. Hello, Sunrise?
Hello, Mr. Hill.
Yes?
Could you call my husband Milty a douchebag?
How about a mung brain?
Could you send us a couple of buckets of sweet and low? We're running out. And you're struggling.
I know.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, well, that was a great call. That's Palm, hi.
Hi, this is Jeff. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
How do we sound up there, Jeff?
Pretty good. Sometimes you gotta fool around with the antenna, but it comes through okay.
Yeah, what part of Palm Beach do you live in?
West Palm, but I'm calling from Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm, okay.
We're on the beach. You were talking about Visa montage, urine therapy and whatever.
That's correct.
Yeah, this is no lie. Yesterday I was fuddling around with the radio and I was listening to WZTA at work.
Geoff Charles.
Yeah.
Somebody called us up and told us he was going to... That's why we were talking about it yesterday.
And sure enough, he had the woman on.
Somebody called us and said he was going to do that show.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah.
She drank her urine, and he said, well, because he doesn't like to see anyone drink alone, he drank his.
Oh, my God.
And they had all kinds of calls. And then Thursday, doing a show on nudism.
On what?
On nudity.
On nudity.
You know, with nudists and, I forget, naturalists. So he's doing the show on the nude. The thing is, he's only got 2 other people to do the show, and they're both men. So they've been, on the air, they've been rebroadcasting, asking for a woman, you know, if they want to come in, you know, and do the show, because he really doesn't want to do the show with just him and 2 men in the nude.
Oh, my God.
Who was it? Lee Fowler said he felt like he was pimping.
Yeah.
Trying to...
You know, when you tell me stuff like this, it just makes me so glad I'm away from that kind of radio. And we don't do any of that stuff anymore. Let's go to a call from Miami next. Hello.
Bert.
Hey, good morning.
You're struggling.
Can you hear it in my voice, sir?
Yeah, you're struggling. So when you go into delay,
Yeah.
where does those 4 seconds go?
Isn't it incredible?
I mean, like, you know, you figure that's 5 times a week, that's 20 seconds, and after all these weeks, I mean, like, that's like hours.
No, it doesn't work that way.
At the end of the year,
Twilight Zone,
we spend
you know?
it at the Christmas party.
You know when they changed the time?
Okay.
No, it doesn't work that way. But it's interesting. Did you hear? You weren't listening earlier this week when we were playing a record? I can't even.
Yeah,
remember.
you were playing that Bryan Adams song.
That's the Bryan Adams song, and I turned it off, and we lost 4 seconds, and then it.
Sounded like I thought someone was missing.
I know, and then it built back up, and you could actually hear it.
It was bizarre.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were real lucky to get to hear something like that because you could actually hear how it works. And what's weird is I'm in here now with the delay, where usually we're in the other studio, and I can see it, and it tells you as it builds up, and it's really strange.
Wow.
It's a strange thing. I don't know how it works, but it's great.
Huh.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah. Speaking of strange and questions, you know, radio people like have really, you know, like extreme personalities and stuff.
Right.
Like with Captain Dave and his roommate, you know, you got 2 extreme personalities living together. Like, there any conflicts, you know?
Any conflicts?
Considering what station Hutch works for, you know?
Yeah.
In the cuisine department, there kind of is.
Really?
We both like spicy food, but like for breakfast, I'll have like grape nuts with skim milk, and he likes to eat things like pig slabs and
Vegemite sandwiches.
Vegemite sandwiches and stuff boiled in, you know, just all this oily stuff.
The British have the most bizarre
And then
taste.
he'll like boil eggs and all this bacon fat and dip his toast in the fat and all. And
Does he
it's
really?
disgusting.
Everybody says that, you know, that goes to England, that they just hate the food, and they just can't stand it. They have
But he cooks some great food, though.
Does he?
Just a lot of times he likes rich stuff, you know.
Real rich. Now, he doesn't eat Vegemite, does he?
No, that's Australia.
Oh, okay. You asked very perspicacious questions. Those are very good questions, sir.
Just wondering.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
All right, Bert.
Bye-bye. Coral Gables. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Where are you calling from?
Dade County Stockade.
Hi. How you doing
You hung
today?
up on me last week.
Well, you were very negative.
No, I asked you if you were having problems with the dogs.
Yeah,
Remember, don't hang up on me again. I'm going to tell you why. That's why I'm in jail.
because of the dogs?
Yeah, 4
You mean
years
like-
ago I shot a guy because he killed my dog.
Ah.
I'm going to, make a suggestion for what you should do if the guy makes the dog slow down.
No, everything's... Yeah, we got over that. Everything's fine.
Did you?
Yeah.
How's the dog?
Oh, they're great. You know, we're teaching them how to attack Rick Edwards, and it's gonna be great.
I get out in 3 days, man.
3 days. Oh, that's nothing. You can do that with one hand tied behind your
I have
back.
to keep him happy, though.
Yeah, 3 days, man. You'll make it.
Oh, listen. I wanted to make a suggestion, not a request.
Yes.
And I wanted to do it last week, but, I got hung up on 20.
Right. I know.
So,
And he's coming out.
Are you ever going to get over that?
3 days, Bird. I ain't had no women, if you know what I mean. Now, listen. But Elvis is everywhere.
We've been playing that all week.
Oh, man, I ain't heard it because I just, I only get a radio every other day.
We can't play it today, but maybe tomorrow. I think I have it on CD.
3 days,
I think it's in that stack of CDs.
Kidding with you guys.
Yeah, I'll play it not today, but I'll play it for you later this week. Like tomorrow, I'll play it for
I
you.
hear
Friday.
that somebody pulled my boyfriend's back.
Yeah, that's
Who?
correct. Management.
God, man, you got some really messed up people. No, listen, because I don't know if you guys can say this, but you guys got some really scared people over there. I think those people that pull stuff like that are hiding something. You know what I mean?
Really? I never thought of it that way.
Maybe their boyfriend's back. You know? Hey, listen, guy.
You redeemed yourself.
All right.
See you later. 9:30 on Zeta 4. That was I just love letting that go over the airwaves. Oh, boy, you're right. We can't say it. Now, I should just push one, right?
Yeah.
Just see what happens. Hi.
Hi, Glenn.
Hey.
Hey, could you tell me why they pulled my boyfriend's back?
Why do you think they pulled it?
I don't know. Maybe they said something about KYing.
We
Is
were
that what it was?
Yeah, we were amazed that it stayed in as long as it did.
I beg your pardon.
We were talking about earlier. Well, I'll have to explain to you off the air. We were talking about earlier how they'll pull certain things, and then other things they just are fine, and yet we know that there are things in there, and they don't hear it or they don't get it. Well, finally they got it. Took a long time.
Since you can't play, could you call Bob and Debbie douchebag?
You'll have to do it.
Bob and Debbie are both douchebags.
Bye.
What a thing to say.
Why did you turn it on, my hostile, hysterical lunatic friend? And you old douchebag, you old douchebag, old douchebag. I bet you're old enough to be Joey Reynolds' mother. I bet you're old enough to be Joey Reynolds' mother. I bet you're old enough to be Joey Reynolds' mother.
I have...
Come on, you sick old bag, you pathetic old douche, pathetic old douche. You got a point too. It's right at the top of the head, you jackass, jackass, you jackass. Because they're not all as brilliant as you are, you old bitch, you old bitch.
Leave It to Beaver, starring Hugh Beaumont, Barbara Billingsley, Tony Dow, and Will Rogers as the Beaver.
Beaver!
What do you want?
Now look, Beaver, whatever you did, don't drag me into it.
Sure, okay, whatever you say, pal.
Now look, Beaver,
What do you want?
I know what you told Miss Canfield.
If we ever get our hands on her, man, she's going to be so black and blue she won't be able to walk for a week.
Just between us men.
Now keep it clean, will you please?
Well, Beaver, you broke your brother's trophy, didn't you?
Well, that's the way it goes.
Well, Beaver, you've been told time and time again not to touch Wally's things, haven't you?
Over and over and over again.
Well, I think the first thing you should do is to tell your brother how sorry you are about this whole thing.
For what?
You don't know if you're sorry?
Sorry about it. Excuse me, okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Excellent.
It's just a trophy.
Can you believe this guy?
Anyway, it's not real gold.
Oh, we talk about a dead-end street, man.
We haven't heard that in a long time. Hello?
God, he scared me for a minute there.
Hold on a second. Hello?
Hello, I'm right here.
Hey, it's Ed.
How you doing, my friend?
Getting a little chronic there, Ed.
That's all right. How you doing? Captain Dave? Yeah. I've been searching, my friend.
Dave, talk to this man.
I don't want to talk to him. He's got
Come
a
on, Captain Dave.
missing.
Listen, Ed. Ed!
Oh,
Hello?
after that call yesterday.
Yeah, we had to put you on hold for Ed. You understand.
Oh, sure, I do.
Fine.
I'm back to follow.
It is. And then how are you possibly going to follow that?
Well, I have three unrelated things to bring up. At least I think they're unrelated. Did I hear in the middle of my sleep this morning that Geoff Charles was heard on another radio station north of here with his clothes off?
Yes, sir.
Disgusting thing like that.
Yes, sir. You did.
Trying to be outrageous and zany.
Yeah.
Okay, the farther north he goes, the better I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Gulf Stream. He kind of drifts slowly north. Kind of like Joey Reynolds did.
You know, there's a big difference between being outrageous and trying to be outrageous.
He is such an irresponsible idiot that I got so sick of his program that I was glad to see him leave.
Me too. I wouldn't dare tell you what they were paying him over there. You'd probably cry. Just outrageous.
I know you guys don't like to get politically intensive, but have any of you checked in with this Republican convention?
I've been watching, some of the early, on CNN.
Yeah.
I watched some of it yesterday.
Have you ever seen an uglier bunch of people in your life?
I didn't want to say that because it sounds like I'm shilling for the Democrats, but
aren't they?
every
anybody that had Howard Phillips.
It's true.
Would you want to belong to a group that had Howard Phillips in it?
And you know what? It was I think it was Channel 2 or something. Late Saturday night, I just accidentally tuned into, they were showing the Republican convention from '64 when Goldwater was giving his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
And they'd show the audience, and all these Republicans are so damn ugly. Every convention, I don't know what it is.
There's got to be a connection there. Maybe it's if you can't belong to any other group, you become a Republican.
It's funny that you said that, because I was just thinking of that right before you said that.
I'll tell you what concerns me, though, this quail. Now, that means that Bush has made a concession to these right-wing fundamentalist radical conservative morons.
Well, they invite Jerry Falwell and Pat Robertson to the convention. Something's going to happen.
Did you hear Pat Robertson last night with his talk about family values and getting God back in school and prayer?
Yeah, but Quayle is one of the few decent-looking people they have, so that's I'm sure why they
Robert says he looks cute, so that ought to be
I'm sure that's why. I'm sure that's why they picked him.
Hey, listen, you guys are doing a nice job this week.
Thanks a lot.
And the third thing I want to know, whatever happened to Susan Martin? Because I used to love her letters.
Well, she got a little, what did Neil say?
She went over the deep end and
went
started sending these really bizarre, play misty for me type letters, and finally he realized it might not be a good idea to mention her anymore.
Isn't that amazing? We were just trying to have a little fun with her.
Yeah.
It's like the lady. It was like the lady who was going to give us a shot. We never heard from her again either. And I wonder what happened.
I'm sure there's the other characters out there waiting to crawl into her place.
Oh, you bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't even miss her.
Well, listen, you guys did a great job this week.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Milk's got the stuff that makes your heart attack. Cholesterol in every pore. That's fat.
I'm choking and I think I'm feeling bad. Chest pains, cause the creamy stuff in milk is clogging up my veins.
Help!
If you think drinking more milk is good for you, then you need help. Because after the age of 3, your body's had about as much milk as it can handle. Just remember, the only people who think drinking more milk is good for you are the people who sell it.
Don't watch commercials, you're misled. America, don't be a sucker. Get on a health kick, use your head. Have more milk and you'll drop dead.
All right, if you just follow me now, we'll continue our tour of WZTA Miami Beach, better known as Zeta 4. If you look in here now at this first door, this is what is known as the control room, where the disc jockey works on the air. Now over here, behind this door, is the engineering room. And as we continue our tour, this is the general manager's office. So we'll just open here, see if we let us continue our tour. There seems to be a conversation going on between the general manager and our morning man, Neil Rogers. Now, if you'll just follow me this way, over here is the cafeteria where all the leftover food goes.
It's like a hodgepodge. Like
It looks pretty good. It's like you said, it's a little of everything.
Yeah, we're sort of like cleaning up,
I hear you. Well, you are very good. Neil's very good, and he's a lucky guy to have such talented people fill in for him.
Well, very nice words. Thank you.
The only thing I want to say, I'm originally from New York, and I always hear Neil, cutting up New Yorkers and so forth. And I thought I might want to lend a little insight as to why they're so obnoxious.
Oh, good. I wonder the same thing.
Exactly. Well, the problem is, you see, most of them are burned out and moved. And what happens is when you have a whole society of burned out people, you get what you see.
You really think that's true, huh?
Yeah, they're burned out from childhood. Their parents are in the fast lane and very obnoxious, and the kids see with that kind of system, and before you know it, the whole society acts like a bunch of burned out people.
Well, what I find interesting is that if you're obnoxious back to them, that's like fine.
Oh, they love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they from Brooklyn.
Right, but if you're not, then they look at that as like a weakness,
They look at it as a weakness, and they look at it as you're not as good as them.
That's right.
Yeah, they're brought up to live. Most of the people, I mean, you don't live in the streets there if you have money, but the society is so fast-paced that you expect to get everything immediately. You wait online. Everything has to happen immediately for you. So when they come down to Florida or any other area in the country, it's easy to spot them because their brain is still, as if they're on Flatbush Avenue. Their body is on Hollandale Beach Boulevard. So.
Yeah, they don't. It's much. It is slower down here. It's a slower pace.
Well, I like it. I'm down here a year and a half, and if I didn't get out of New York when I did, I probably would have cracked up. So.
Yeah, I understand that, and the weather's sure better. You know how hot it is up there this summer? It's miserable in New York.
Filthy and dirty. But I notice when Neil talks about New York, he has like a kind of love-hate because most people do. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful things going on up
Oh, of course. And New York City is unique, and there's only one New York City in the world. And, of course, Neil is from Rochester,
Right, I know.
So he really knows.
Okay, one last thing I want to say, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
I only heard this once. My wife's in the car driving. If you can't get it on, no big deal. But if you have it around, I heard that lick that you played about Hollandale Beach. It was supposed to be something that Neil said that they weren't allowed to play it, and now it cleared or something. It was about...
Ode to Hollandale.
Unbelievable. That has to be one of the hottest things I've ever heard come out of Zeta. I mean,
It's really good, yeah.
So if you have that around, if it's a small suggestion, you might want to play it. If not, I love you guys anyway. You're beautiful and a breath of fresh air.
I'll see if I can find it.
Have a nice day, bro.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
7:30. Coral Springs, hi.
Hi, good morning, guys. I was wondering, Captain Dave, could you tell my friend Mike D that works at the McDonald's in Coral Springs to go to hell?
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn. Sear them burgers. And also, Neil's always ragging on the motivation station. I've been listening to this for the past couple months now. It gets me so motivated, I just vibrate.
I like that station every now and again for a few minutes.
I listen to it.
Yeah, I do too, in small doses because it's so positive.
Yeah, sure.
And I like positives. I'm a positive type of person.
Yeah, positive sometimes, sure.
And I enjoy it, but only like in little small doses,
I listen to it while I'm asleep. And
yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Up in my mind.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's about it. I'll let somebody else get on here.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
They should have a station that is nothing but negatives.
What would we call
Where
it?
you just call up and you scream about everything that you hate.
WBUM.
Down here it could be the biggest thing in the history of South Florida.
WBMR, Bummer Radio.
Yeah, Bummer. Now, what do you think of the motivation station, John? What do you think of that?
Oh, come on.
I like it. Once in a while, they'll play a tape that's really corny, or it's like, why did they play that? Then there's some of the people that they play are like really together people that have some good things to bring.
Everything's wonderful.
No, they don't say that, though. They don't say that.
It's great.
You have a power within yourself.
But their ratings are dismal. I mean, let's be real. They really are. Well, we do have a Neil story for you. Now, you want to preface this, Captain Dave?
This was when you were on vacation, and Brad was in here.
So I've never heard it.
And I wish I had the whole thing, but this is like about 70 seconds of it. It was this lady called up, and she was talking about how much she hated New Yorkers and the New York Mets. And she said on the New York Mets team, there's nothing but a bunch of greasy Puerto Ricans.
I see. Now, this is going to give the lady a story that we promised her, and also it'll fit in with our phone call that we had a few minutes ago.
So when she said greasy Puerto Ricans, he hung up on her, and he had this to say.
Okay. They're going to send you back to New York, honey, and make you into a new subway.
Wow.
What a disgusting piece of crap you are, honey. All those greasy Puerto Ricans. Man, I hope they trace that call, lady, and boil you in oil. We're going to have the people at the Santeria house put a voodoo spell on you, honey.
Get a big ugly spot on your face.
Exactly.
A horsey mojo.
And you'll wake up on Sunday morning and you'll be a mulatto. How's that? Okay, that's... Get the best of both worlds for you, honey. Disgusting, subhuman, cretin douchebag. You know, all these people from New York that think they're so suave and so sophisticated and so much better, and all their culture... Yeah, their culture is all down in there in the subway with the Bernie Getz, okay? That's your culture, right there. Thank God we live in a civilized town. When people shoot each other, they say, I'm sorry. Kind of a place did she come from, anyway? Garbage in the streets. I think they ought to make them use plantation bags in New York. That would serve them right, okay? Then you'd see some garbage.
Now, there's more of that?
There was more, but that was what we
Lord.
edited down to. That was pretty much the meat of it.
This is for all you New Yorkers to make you feel at home.
What a story that was.
Yeah, just sort of make them feel at home this morning.
maybe take a call or two, because I'm not ready for this.
Well, maybe.
I'd like to read a couple of them to you if I can.
Now, let's see what...
Or at least one.
Okay.
Okay, Bonn University professor Reinhold Bergler's recent study revealed that 55% of German men and 30% of German women fail to change their underwear on a daily basis.
What?
Compared to 44% and 6% respectively of French men and women. Isn't that amazing?
I have never dreamed of such a thing.
Maybe we can get one of those people to call in. You know how you get the news coming to you rather than you going to the news?
I guess it's the way you're brought up, don't you think, Paul?
Well, could be. Here's another one from Fort Pierce.
Okay.
According to Fort Pierce police, a gang of 30 male transvestites from West Palm Beach area have recently shoplifted expensive women's fashions in dozens of swanky...
Now, what are these stories out of, Paul?
This is out of my Bible, the New Times.
Is it really?
News for the Weird?
I didn't know that was your Bible. I had no idea.
Well, not really.
Well, mine's the National Enquirer, you know.
Well, it's along the same lines. But New Times has some interesting stories in it. There's one more here. Now, I think you guys did this in the news, so I think I can say this. And if I can't, you can dump it out.
Okay.
It has one of the sexual organs in it.
All right.
But it's in a scientific way.
Well, let's see what it says.
Okay, doctors from a New York hospital reported recently that a 34-year-old man who occasionally squirted cocaine into his urethra...
Oh, I know this story. Let's not do it.
Okay, we won't.
No, I know what... I read that. Yeah, yeah. And it fell off in the bathtub, right? You think we should read...
What would be the first words out of your mouth?
It's terrible not to...
I know what the first words out of Neil's mouth would be.
Well, what's that?
Yeah, I don't know if we can... Paul, I honestly don't know if we can do this story or not.
Okay, well, we'll drop it.
Yeah, but we better not.
Okay, how about the frozen toilet paper story? Can I read that one?
Yeah, you can read that one.
Okay, the Federal Aviation Administration gets about a dozen reports a year of 2-foot cubes of frozen toilet huge falling from airliners and damaging property.
What is his story?
Just let him finish this. This is good. Let him
Did I
go.
finish it?
Yeah, just finish it. Don't pay any attention to him.
Earlier this year, Charles Reed, 1979 Ford, was bashed in by a cube at his employer's parking lot near Newark Airport. How
I think we did this story.
This is a different cube.
So this is... No, well, they're kind of like releasing the airline toilets in the air, and I guess this stuff's freezing on the way down.
Yeah, it does.
Do you remember that thing that splashed through the kitchen?
Yeah, that's the story we did that time.
Yeah, that was a while back, so don't look up.
That's correct. Thanks, Paul.
All right, well, listen, y'all have a good day, and Binky will be calling first thing tomorrow morning.
Excellent. Great to hear from you. You had something to look forward to now, Captain.
That's a record. He's called every day for the past 27 days.
See, Glenn is one of those bisexual names.
Oh.
You know, like...
This
is longer than mine.
We were having this conversation with this lady, and they were having this conversation,
Oh, 2 minutes. You know better than to bring that edited version.
What was nice of her to bring it in?
No, that's for the pseudo-yuppie crowd, the short version.
So I've got a 4-minute long one.
They'll be done in a second, ma'am. Just a second.
Depends if you stole it from an AOR station, if you stole it from a disco station. I was working at AOR then.
Yeah, but somebody said they had the 12-inch. Who was that?
Well, look, here's the 5-minute version of Sex Dwarf. We could play that instead.
Goncher couldn't find his 12-inch version of this. No, I'm sorry. So this is all we
You're gonna
got.
settle for my 4-minute.
All right. That's fine. Let's go to Boca next. Hello.
Good morning, Glenn.
Now, we didn't get in the middle of a conversation, did we?
No, I was enjoying talking to John. He was very interesting.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
I've been listening to you guys ever since you started on FM.
Uh-huh.
And this is my third time to call. And I just had a few questions. I was curious how Dave got the name Captain Dave. They've never really explained
That was the very first day I went on the air with these two guys. Just Neil, out of the top of his head, started calling me that.
Oh, really?
I guess because the last name was Caprita.
I see. Yeah.
It just seemed to fit.
Method to the madness.
It seemed to work, and he sort of runs the board and sort of, pilots it. Kind of. I don't know, but it just sort of worked.
Remember, I asked you the same thing.
I know what you're
Dr.
saying.
Dave, it should be.
I want you to know that.
Get it for me, John. Send her S. She's a pregnant girl.
Okay, sure.
If you could bring that to us,
Oh,
yeah.
got it in.
That's my favorite, and we love to play it because it annoys Captain Dave.
That doesn't annoy me.
You don't understand it.
I understand.
Well, you know, this show comes on right after Cosby. Maybe you could just, like, watch
I guess
it.
that's what it is, the subject matter. That's
See, when you watch Cosby tonight, if you'll just stay tuned and just watch the show start, it'll take you 1 extra minute.
If you just joined the show, we have a promise from Captain Dave that I'm going to watch Cosby for the first time.
Yeah, because today's Theo's birthday.
That's right.
And but after Cosby, if you stay tuned,
Will I laugh?
Yeah, maybe.
Is there like canned laughter to show me where I should laugh on the show?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
So you don't have to worry.
Because I get lost, you know. When these people go, nah, nah, nah. It kind of
But if
helps.
you'll keep your TV on at 8:30, and the next show starts, you'll hear the theme will sound exactly like this.
Thursday nights, right after Cosby.
Yeah, you see, my daughter Denise Huxtable's got integrity. She would never get pregnant while she was in college. Because Claire would murder her right after I kill her. When you're a star, you got to have integrity. Oh, now, excuse me, I got to go dress up like a giant devil's pudding box.
What do you think of that?
That is funny.
It's hilarious.
Just from what I've read in the papers and all. Sure. And Bill Cosby.
I can't believe you've never seen that.
Yeah, you've never watched it. Yeah, you should watch Different World.
Yeah, it's a good show.
You
I
really
just catch
should.
myself reading, you know, things at that time, and I don't know.
I know, it's kind of different tonight.
The girl with the red hair is just the best.
Oh, yeah.
And she's leaving.
She's leaving the show.
Boy, oh boy. All right. Let's go back to the phones, okay, Captain Dave?
Well, I'm having a pretty decent time myself.
Pompano.
Hi, Bird.
Hey, that's all right. How you doing?
Yeah, Bird.
Yeah, we like that. How you doing this morning? Yeah.
I called just because I don't usually call, you know. This is the Punisher, by the way. I called.
It's the Punisher, Captain Dave.
I got my Uzi and my skull on my chest right now.
Yeah, more voices that we never ever hear. It's been the whole week. It's been like this.
But the reason I called was I'm sitting here doing inventory on some of my stuff, and I heard this commercial for Lenny's or Denny's or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it has all those old farts. And I just had to say this, but every time I hear that, I just want to take my Uzi and just, you know, or go over with my annihilation kit and just blow those old farts away.
Like that?
Exactly.
All right, this is for him, right? I like this kind of a release of tension for me, sir.
Couldn't Wendy's or Denny's do... Oh, there's another call. Oh, my God.
All right.
Anyways, couldn't Lenny's or Denny's do something else and then having those old farts complaining and bitching on... I mean, please. I'm a young kid. I have a lot of my life ahead of me still, and I don't need this, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, this
Well,
is...
I'm not ripping your...
No, it's out of our hands, of course, you know.
I know.
I think they're pretty good spots, actually.
Well, if you're like me, you know, you can get really upset.
Yeah. Well, I would suggest you buy one of these, sort of to release your frustration.
Oh, yeah,
It's working well on me this morning. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You called the doctor uncle. This is getting more fascinating. Now, what I want to ask you about, Patty, was when we talked to you a couple days ago, you were telling us about when you were kidnapped.
Oh, yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Sure, 1985.
Uh-huh. Now, you were kidnapped by who?
By the black people.
Really?
Uh-huh.
And what happened?
I escaped.
You did escape?
Yes.
Now, where did they take you? You were here in town, right?
No, I was in Boston.
I see.
What was I doing in Boston? I was studying. You didn't deal with that?
Wasn't it great that Captain Dave played Manic Depression by Hendrix the other day when you called?
He did?
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
I know, because Mother was right near me, and I was just going a little Whirly twirly.
I tell you, you have one of the most interesting lives of anyone I have ever seen in my life. You have a life, you know. It is lively, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
I can deal with it.
Well, we'd like to meet you sometime, Patty.
Well,
maybe.
See, you know, I got to cruise to California because my father's family wants me over there.
Yeah, but you'll be back.
I'll be back.
When you come back, come in and meet Captain Dave and I. I don't think Neil will be interested.
Maybe, like, somewhere outside the station. I don't know. I mean, not anything against you, but it's like so far away.
Far away, Miami Beach? Where are you guys at?
Don't pay any attention to him.
It's kind of like in the Glades.
No. We're up in North Miami.
North Miami?
Yeah.
Well, that's not that far. You know the Broward line?
Yeah, we're right by the Dade-Broward line. That's exactly where we are.
Oh.
We're just a little south of Miramar Parkway.
You know, I think, have you ever heard of WZTA?
Yeah, you told us about going...
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
My uncle. There we go again.
Yeah, you call him Uncle. I like that.
That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Doc.
Fascinating. What?
Uncle Doc.
Okay, Uncle Doc.
He was reaching for the
I thought you said something else. well, Patty, have a wonderful time in California.
Thanks. I'll try.
And when you come back, work on that, okay?
Yeah, well, it'll be taken care of soon.
Okay, great.
Hey, can I wish one thing?
Sure.
Tell Bobby Dell I said hi.
Okay. See you later.
Papa Dell is?
All right.
Okay?
Bye.
Okay.
That was Patty. That was your friend Patty. Okay. Now, that was a phone call. You won't hear phone calls like that on other shows.
God.
And if we're not in our studio tomorrow,
right.
you won't hear any phone calls.
Now, don't get on these guys' case. They're working their butts off. They
Not
went
on their
2
case.
in the morning. That means they went to bed about 3 last night.
Not talking about them. They're fine. I don't want to hurt any feelings. I'm
It's
just
been a good
telling you.
experience for you to be in here for a while.
Now, maybe.
Now, what am I doing here? Now, this...
I thought you'd appreciate it since you've been playing out there with yours.
It's the Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy Griffith as Sheriff Andy Taylor, Francis Bavier as Aunt Bee, Don Knotts as Barney, and Clint Eastwood as Opie.
Opie, did you tell your father what happened in school today?
Hell no.
I had a call from the principal this afternoon.
The principal?
Hey, B, you're not only old and wrinkled, you got a big mouth, too.
What is that, Dee?
Oh, it's not at all surprising.
What is it?
During lunch period, your son handcuffed Ralph Baker to the flagpole.
You did what?
But Paul, he was being an asshole.
Young man, what kind of language is that?
It's English. I wouldn't be in this trouble now if Barney hadn't given me those handcuffs.
Doggone it, Ope. I told you not to use them on real people.
Barney, I'm surprised at you. You too, Opie.
Wait a minute. I play like a good lawman, and you say you're surprised? I say you should be proud. Right, Paul?
Proud, 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 proud.
You spend your days turning hot molten iron into cold blue steel. No, you don't work the line, you own the plant. And when day is done, you want the only beer brewed for conservative fat cats like you. Bush. It's George Bush beer. Locked away and aged in a White House cellar for 8 long years, George Bush is the bitter brew. Flat as the American prairie, and just as boring. Drink it straight. There's no nuts with this wimpy beer. It's George Bush beer. That'll make you G.O.P. Bush. It's George Bush beer.
Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company, Big Wussy, Missouri.
Shall we push this one? Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, could you play Love First by Nazareth?
Right, man. Yeah, man, we'll get to it, okay? Oh, jeez.
some Tom Lehrer this week. I'm going to thank the caller who requested that. The Masochism Tango from Tom Lehrer on Zeta 4. And now, we were talking about this the other day. That's Mary Wilson with the Telephone Man from 1977. And it's...
Did you hear the phone at the
Oh,
end?
yeah, yeah.
Wasn't that cute?
I talked over it, but sold 1 million copies.
At least.
And went to number 18 on the charts in summer of 1977. I used to hear that on 96X.
I bet you tickled some memory bones.
Oh, man.
It's been at least 10 years.
Woo.
All right, last time. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, you keep saying last time, but I see the same commercial over and over and over again.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, you gonna eat that egg? I really got the munchies, man. You know what I mean? Anti-drug commercials. Just say, make some new ones.
A couple minutes before 8 o'clock. I think the RF is a boring game. WZTA, Miami Beach. Let's play an ID. We haven't done that in a
that's
while.
funny. I was just going to suggest it. Now, which one you want to use? The Nazi torture?
I think so, unless there's something better. But we never hear this ever.
Federal building in downtown Miami. Behind a door with only 3 letters printed on the front of it. FCC. Something very bad was going on.
So, you will give the legal ID at the top of each and every hour, won't you?
Not on your life, you bureaucratic Nazi pig!
Perhaps if we turn up those headphones and play a little bit of this,
Stop! I'm a Neil Rogers fan, true and blue, and it's going to take a little more than that, you brown-shirted douchebag!
well, I think we have just the thing. Turn it up, Beaver.
It's a good time for the great taste. Okay, you got me. This is WZTA, Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and the Palm Beaches. Now are you satisfied?
Everyone has their breaking point.
I think that's Captain David's finest right
Well,
there.
and see, Dave, that leads us right into this that everybody's been waiting for.
Oh, no.
That's right. It's the FCC song, and it's only on Zeta 4.
Tacos, what are we gonna do? I say tacos, we are all being screwed. I say listen, why is this happening to us? We want the FCC to get off our butts. Tacos, there's no place for us now. Even DJs are all down in the mouth. You can listen, but now you won't find any words that will corrupt your mind. No fun to be censored by the FCC. No fun to be censored by the FCC. There'll be nothing left for us to enjoy. We'll soon be playing with children's toys. No fun to be censored by the FCC. No fun to be censored by the FCC. They want us to be clean. They think they know what we should feel. They try to dictate to us what is real. Young and old, please listen to us. I say young and old, please don't put up a fuss. Help us petition the FCC, but you must help us with one thing. Neil Rogers can't do it all by himself. Let's all help him. Don't put it up on the shelf. Let the FCC know just how you feel, and maybe we'll get this unjust law repealed. FCC, what are you doing to us? FCC, what are you doing to us? Our ratings won't fly. In fact, they might die because of the FCC. You want to ban what we can do. FCC, you ban what we can say. You've even tried to ban the records that the DJs play. People, I am talking to you. I said people. Let's stand and fight for what's true. Send your letters into so far so we can tell the FCC what Neanderthals say are. Neil Rogers and so far are on your side. People, we have nothing to hide. Young and old, get your opinions out and maybe the FCC will
on it now to the very end.
FCC.
All right, coming down now. Here we go.
Go away.
The dogs are howling out there in the parking lot.
I love it. Understandable. Some people howling in this building here.
Her phrasing, it's like Shakespearean.
It is, isn't it? 8:04. I'm so glad we finally got